Hey y'all! I know this video is completely out of nowhere and I should probably be editing the next reaction video. Owl House fans, you've been patient, don't worry, soon. But I just had to make this video really quick to say, oh my god, Encanto is absolutely amazing! Like, this movie blew me away and skyrocketed to one of my favorite Disney movies ever within the first viewing. I knew nothing about this movie going in and I think I saw the trailer like once? And considering how Disney has been overall quality-wise in their recent films, part of me was a tad worried about this movie, but I am so relieved to state that this movie was absolutely fire. This video is going to be scattershot and completely unorganized because I typed the script up literally a few hours after seeing it, but oh my god, you guys, I cannot emphasize how impressed I am by this movie. I'm bad at transitions, so let's get into the real review parts of this video, my friends. By the way, some spoilers ahead. There's no way I'm going to be able to talk about everything about the story in this video, but regardless, you've officially been warned. This will be a generally quick section to mention, but oh my god, computer animation has come a long way since Toy Story. Look at it! Like, the visuals for this movie are absolutely astounding. The colors are vibrant and the energy of the movement is just great. The amount of detail in some of the character models is mind-blowing. Like, going back to the Toy Story days for a sec, the animation on human faces was downright horrible. Here you can see details in the character's skin. Just wow. There's a few parts of the movie that have sand, and they legit animated every individual grain of sand. Like, bro, you didn't need to do that. We'll go into this in more detail in a bit, obviously, but the visuals and animation hit a whole new level with the musical numbers in this movie. Like, these sequences are absolutely breathtaking, and they might be some of the most visually impressive musical numbers in Disney film, period. For a movie with a relatively large main cast, the amount of charm and uniqueness they give to all the main characters is freaking amazing. While all the characters may not get even screen time as each other, all the characters do get enough screen time to allow their personalities fly with their extremely quirky and fun interactions with each other. Also, just heads up, I'm going to be really bad at pronunciation throughout this whole video, I'm sorry. The main character, Mirabelle, is absolutely amazing with her incredibly relatable plotline, which we'll go over later, as well as being a super fun and enjoyable protagonist. This legit might be one of the best Disney movie protagonists in a hot minute. She feels like a real person every moment she's on screen. Man, Disney has been really good at writing main characters lately. All the unique powers the family members have amplify the enjoyment of their characters. Some of the powers are really unique concept-wise, and then there's also simple ones, but to make up for some of the more simple powers some of the family members have, they are a lot more involved into the story and the plot. A story which, again, we'll go over later. It's great. But, man, I gotta go over some of these powers. They're so goddamn cool. The Onto the main character has a weather ability attached to her emotional state. Like, that's just really cool.
It's gonna rain!
The mother of the main character has the ability to heal any injury with the food she makes.
Finally, some good fucking food.
The one cousin can
hear a pin drop.
The house is completely alive and sentient despite being a house. The so-called perfect girl, Isabelle, that I was so worried I was gonna hate, has a plant-based power that spices up the visuals in nearly every scene she's in. As well as the big buff lady Lisa, who has a really nice plotline we'll go over in the story section. A lot of random side characters in this movie are really enjoyable too. Like, there's this sales guy near the beginning of the movie who completely lacks the ability to read the room as he's making the situation awkward.
I call it the not special, since, you have no gift.
Wow, thanks!
As well as this group of kids who are literally obsessed with drinking coffee and are hyperactive because of it. And then, of course, the best character of the movie, Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
I don't care. We really gotta talk about this guy. He is funny as shit and has the ability to see the future. And his involvement in the story is literally the "why are you booing me, I'm right" meme from the Eric Andre show. This guy's ability is effectively what caused the story to happen in the first place. Speaking of story, let's get into that, shall we? Yeah, holy shit, you guys, this story genuinely struck a chord with me. I almost cried like 4 times watching this movie. This movie has an extremely relatable plotline about how broken a family and a child can get from the gifted child syndrome. If you ever grew up with siblings that were labeled extremely talented, or you yourself were labeled gifted growing up, this movie is going to seriously hit you in the feels. Like, if I wasn't with a group of friends when I saw this movie, I would have been an absolute mess. The main character's struggle about feeling utterly worthless and like a disappointment to her family because she didn't get a magical gift like the rest of the family seriously hit way too close to home for me. I literally experienced the same thing. Not being able to live up to my family's expectations is one thing, but not having anything expected of you in the first place it's a completely different demon. You feel like a discarded piece of garbage and will go to great lengths to get even the slightest bit of attention from those who are supposed to be closest to you. Not everyone can be gifted at something, and that's completely okay. And the fact that this movie had the balls to tackle this kind of message just gets mad respect from me. This is a real thing a lot of people suffer from, unfortunately. Now, on the flip side of this movie also tackled the whole gifted child thing with a ton of care, addressing how simply having a talent in something causes the expectations on your whole life to shift, how the raised expectations can cause an unreasonable amount of stress you didn't even ask for. This movie takes on this situation with 2 characters specifically, Little Miss Perfect Isabella and the buff queen Elisa, through some incredible musical numbers for both of them, showing how being gifted has effectively hurt them mentally.
I'm pretty sure I'm worthless if I can be of service.
What could I do if I just knew it didn't need to be perfect?
Seriously, I don't know if it's the fact that I could personally relate to this story, but I have so much respect for this movie because of this message alone. The plot of this movie is so down to earth and real despite all the literal magic happening in it. Much like any good Disney film, the plot is heavily integrated and moved forward thanks to one specific thing: the music! Okay, why is no one talking about this? The music in this movie is legit one of the best out of any Disney film in decades. Like, this is Disney Renaissance level quality. I'm saying that despite Tangled being one of my favorite Disney movies ever. Please note, I've only seen Encanto once as of writing this script, and the fact I have so much praise for this movie, specifically the music, shows wonders. Seriously, I can't emphasize how much of a fucking miracle this movie's soundtrack is. There isn't a single bad song in the whole movie, just, oh my god, I love this album more than I love myself. Every musical number has breathtaking visuals, amazing lyrics, and the cherry on top is that they all have story relevance. The Family Madrigal? Banger! Incredible opening number combined with introducing all the main characters as well as their various quirks in an amazing and catchy way. Waiting on a Miracle is Mirabelle's I Want song, where she actually admits she isn't fine and embraces her feeling on inadequacy instead of bottling them up, something that should be done more.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Slaps. This song is the reason we should be talking about Bruno. Bruno is such a fucking amazing character. I love him.
We're the rats.
The song itself is a mashup of styles from the whole host of characters who don't get their own songs, with a phenomenal culmination of every part getting sung at the same time at the end of the song. Surface Pressure and What Else Can I Do? Phenomenal. Like I stated, these songs dived into how being perfect and gifted can affect someone and how they want to be free of this pain. These 2 musical numbers in particular easily have the best visuals. Oh my god, this movie is incredible. Surface Pressure stands out for its god-tier rhymes.
Under the surface, was Hercules ever like, yo, I don't wanna fight Cerberus?
Hey, have I mentioned again how good the music in this movie is? Just, dude!
You know why? I think it's time for a brand new roundup. Brand new roundup.
All the songs are so integral to moving the story along that one of the main composers, Lin-Manuel Miranda, legit got a writing credit for this film. A writing credit that is absolutely earned in my opinion. Every song is so important and easily takes what was already an 8 out of 10 movie all the way to a 10 out of 10. Now, I may be riding the high from just seeing this movie obviously, but I legit can't think of a single issue with this movie. I definitely have more I could say about this movie if I just go watch it again, but this video is supposed to be short and I already said this much about the movie. Just, oh my god, please go see this movie. Or wait until it's on Disney Plus. Whatever's easier. I may have trouble with the corporate mouse here and there, but this movie just has so much heart put into it. What a masterpiece. A masterpiece I cannot wait to go see again. Looking back at the script now, I'm a little surprised of how much I had to say about this. I guess I really like this movie. I don't know how to make proper outro for this, but thanks for watching this random ass out of nowhere review video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, since I mentioned it was one of my favorite Disney movies, I should probably make a Tangle reviewed, huh?